I think a big lesson in my life that I had to learn was to stop taking everything personal. I took everything personal, like everything, like every little thing. I overanalyzed every little thing. And even though a lot of people say like it's your trauma, like your trauma um makes you overanalyze social situations. I understand that and I agree, but I also think some of it is just who you are as a person. Like I've always been very observant and aware before the traumatic shit started happening. So I don't really like to blame it all on trauma because I think it takes away from the very real gifts, because awareness is a gift. Even though it could feel like a curse a lot of times, it is a gift. And to put it all on trauma, I think is not fair. But personally, my biggest lesson has been not taking things personally. And now that I don't take things personally, I don't give a fuck what nobody think. Like, I mean, of course I still have my moments where I like, oh, I wonder, of course, that's natural, but like to the extent to where I'm changing who I am as a person. And that's something that I wasn't aware that I did. It wasn't just that I took things personally, it was that I would take them personally, and then in an attempt to correct it, whatever it may be, I would begin to change myself, whether it was change what I say, change my time around them, change my appearance, change. I would change, I would try to change something so that whatever I took personally wouldn't happen again. But the thing is, you can't control the outside world. So that really didn't work anyway. And I just was shape shifting. I was just shape shifting and still not being enough. Now that I don't take things personally, I'm also not trying to change myself to fit the description or fit the bill, like I just am. And I just am like, but I would internalize everything, like every little thing, like, and honestly, it's kind of like it's really narcissistic if we being honest. Like, people only talk about narcissism, like people only talk about one degree of narcissism. I feel like there's plenty of degrees of narcissism. I feel like the victim in a way is narcissistic as well. Like I think it's just different ends of the spectrum. I said that in another video. Victim and villain sound the same. So I think it's very narcissistic for you to think everything somebody does is about you. That's actually insane. Like the fact that I was walking around thinking every little decision someone made had to be about me. Excuse me, I'm crazy. I'm crazy because what if they just had a bad day? What if they just don't feel good? What if their grandmother just died? What if they failed their fucking bar exam? What if their boyfriend cheated on them? What if their dog died? What if they have a terrible chest pain? What if they just found out they have leukemia? Like, why are you thinking every single thing someone does is about little old you? Like, that's narcissistic. It is. That is. So, yeah, not like it's a whole, the thing is though, a lot of the things I talk about, it's not like one thing. It's a series of discoveries that lead to resolutions. It's not just one thing. So it took me having a it took me even recognizing that I stayed in a constant state of victimhood. It took me even recognizing that I am comfortable being a victim. It took me recognizing that I have my own narcissistic tendencies. It took me recognizing that I am internalizing what everyone does to me. It took me realizing that I'm not being myself. Like, you have to be real with yourself when, because nobody knows when you're not being yourself. I mean, people can guess, because we all kind of know when somebody's not being themselves to a certain extent. Like, we know when something's not natural to people. That's all we really know. Like, we can look at somebody and they could do something and we could be like, it don't look like that's how You know, like that don't look like that's what you do. But we don't necessarily know if that's who you are. Only you know when you're not being yourself. But you have to be honest with yourself in those moments. Like, damn, I'm not being myself right now. Can't nobody do that for you. Like, nobody could do that for you. So it's not a one size fits all. It's not a one discovery is gonna cause an ego death and change your life. It's not none of that. It's literally just little observations. It's little bitty, small, quiet observations. That's it. That's all it is. Like, and I think that's what meditation teaches. Is meditation is, I don't believe meditation is about being able to sit for a long time, like being able to sit in silence for a long time. I think meditation is about being able, it's about learning how to be present. That's it. It's about learning how to call all of your focus to the present and then observe what's going on in the present. It's a two-parter. It's a two-parter. You have to be present, and then you have to observe what's going on in the present. A lot of us are on autopilot, where we're just doing and we're just going and we're just talking and we're just saying, and even though like we're here, we're not here. And you know what I mean, because everybody knows what I mean. Like, you're here, but you're not here. Meditation teaches you how to be here and to be here. And when you're here, you actually very clearly see what's going on. Like, it's actually not even up for a debate. You very clearly see what somebody meant when they told you something. You very clearly understand why this reaction led to this. You very clearly understand how you feel, but you have to have this overwhelming presence and awareness to even begin to criticize yourself, because that's really what you're doing, criticizing yourself, but in a good way, not in a I'm a fat ugly bitch, not like that. In a why did I respond like that? Why did I let that affect me? Why am I looking for their validation? Like, something I realized too is when I do look for validation from people, it's because I'm projecting this idea of the person. It's not because of who the person is. It's not because of who the person is, because a lot of times I don't know the person intimately enough to know who they are as a person. I may have an idea of them, but I don't know them intimately. So if I'm seeking this person's validation, it's because I have made up an idea of who this person is so that they can validate me, which is how you get into relationships with narcissistic people. You get into relationships with bad friends. You get into relationships with bad business partners because you had an idea of the person. You put your idea onto the person, and then when they fall short or they're just not that person, you're like, oh my God, I can't believe they did that. And what? But it's like, girl, they never even did nothing for you to think they were that kind of person. That's just the expectation you placed on them. So like for me, like let's name the person Trey and Sarah. No, I need a blacker name than that. Fuck that. I need Javante. No, let's do Raymonte, because I like Raymonte. Raymonte and who? De'Ara. That's just what popped up on my mind. I don't know. Excuse me. So let's say we got Raymonte and De'Ara. Let's say I'm looking to Raymonte for validation because I think he's a strong, sexy man, and I think that he got like the wisdom I need because of how he carries himself, right? I don't know Raymonte. All I did was see Raymonte, and you see how I'm putting all this on him. He could be sexy, he could be cute, and he could have wisdom, but I don't know these things. Aside of the physical shit, I don't know if he has wisdom. I don't know if he has money. I don't know if he could put me onto game. Like, I don't know. But I'm just taking my image of him and creating this whole persona. And then come to find out Raymonte is a dirty, evil hoe. Not the real Raymonte. Do not. The imaginary Raymonte. But come to find out, he a dirty lying hoe, and it's like, oh my God, Ramonte, why are you treating me like this? And it's like, bitch, why, what? Like, I never told you I was going to give you wisdom in game, right? Okay, De'Ara. Let's say De'Ara is just like successful. She got a little bread. She real cute, body T. You know, that girl. And I'm looking to her for validation because I feel like, oh my God, she's so pretty. And if she's that pretty, that must mean she got some type of infinite wisdom that she could give me. So if she validates me, that means that I am valid. Because look at how beautiful, if this beautiful person can validate me, that must mean that I am just as beautiful as her, and we're on the same playing field. But what's crazy is we're already on the same playing field. We're all on the same playing field. Despite how you may look or act or who you may think you are as a person, the playing field is even. So for you to be trying to look to someone else to validate you is pointless because it's all even. And I had to understand that my problem too is I thought people had this infinite wisdom. You really will project yourself onto other people. I have infinite wisdom. I have lived this life plenty of times. My name is Deja Vu. I can see things. I understand things deeply. I can feel shit that other people can't feel. So a lot of times I'll meet somebody and I'll project all of my wisdom and my knowledge onto somebody else. Everybody projects different things onto different people. So this is my personal example. You may project intelligence because you're really intelligent. So you may think when you come across somebody that they just must be so intelligent because you're intelligent. But I always project wisdom onto people. And I've just like really started to understand this year. Because it take about a year for them to show me that they ain't got no damn wisdom. It take about a year. It take about a year, sometimes two, for me to realize that I'm projecting my own wisdom onto them, and they're as dumb as a box of rocks. It takes me that long. But I'm just not realizing that because across the board, all the people who I have like projected onto and wanted validation from recently, I projected them. I assumed that they were just these like God-like figures, and it's crazy for me because I know we're all God and I know all this shit. So I really do see the God in everybody. I see that little piece, no matter how deeply buried it may be inside of them. I still can see that God source in them. But me being able to see that God source in them, plus me projecting my infinite wisdom onto them, is a terrible combination for me to think that bitch is worth anything. You know what I'm saying? No, they're a piece of shit. And this is their journey. Maybe they're in the point in their life where they have to be selfish and they have to be a piece of shit. It's not even bad. Like, you know what I'm saying? We all live in different lifetimes. Some people are young spirits. Some people are old. Some people are ancient. You know what I'm saying? I'm an ancient bitch. Some of these bitches I be around, they're babies. So they're in that season of, you know, that lower shit, that earthly shit. That's just the vibe they're in. They're in that season. They're in that era where they feel like they need to be sneaky, and they feel like they need to dog people out, and they feel like they have to just protect themselves. That's the season they're in. But eventually they will graduate to love. Everybody has to. Everybody has to. There's no way around it. You have to. You cannot snake your way out. You cannot lie your way out. You cannot manipulate your way out. You cannot dominate your way out. All you can do is love yourself out of this shit. That's it. So, even though they be doing all that shit, and I know it's not okay, I just be like, you know. But I'm getting a little off topic. Stop projecting and stop looking for validation. Validate yourself every day. Validate yourself. That shit Erica said was so real. I certified myself today, literally. Like, nobody can. That's it. Like,